Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Gala Games price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Gala Games chart, which has continued to obey the Elliot structures. And at the time of this recording here on the 1 hour chart, we have managed to break above the 20-day MA, and we have continued to show a lot of strength, because you can see here on TradingView the market is up by 1.01%, which is a very nice bounce to the upside. And before I get into the technical analysis, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And allow me to start the video here on the 1 hour chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening, where you can see that after making our lower low at around the $0.015 mark, we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the Elliot structures, where you can see that I have this Elliot structure in blue, having that as the first wave, then a wave 2, a wave 3, then a wave 4, and then a wave 5, making its peak at around the $0.05574 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the high for that higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever we expected next is a bit of a corrective structure in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and using the Fibonacci's connecting them from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, that gave me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618. And you can see in the formation of this wave 2, we retraced back to the fib level 0.382 before we started a very nice reaction in what could be the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 3, which we expect after seeing the low for that second wave. And by first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.1037 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting Gala Games to do in case we continue pushing even higher in what we can term as the formation of that wave 3. And for us to have confirmations that we're in the formation of this wave 3 to the upside, Gala Games needs to continue pushing even higher, manage to break above the wave 1 high, and once that happens and we continue seeing an increase in strength to continue pushing higher and also an impulsive wave, then that could be the start of the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upside. And in the formation of that wave 3 to the upside, which is an impulsive wave, we also expect to see a 5-wave structure in formation, and I believe we are seeing such a move here on the charts after making our low for that second wave and having my 5-wave structure to the upside in the formation of that wave 3. We can term these as the first wave to the upside. Then whatever we saw yesterday is a bit of a corrective structure in the formation of that wave 2 before we start a wave 3, then expect a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of this wave 5, which should fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upside. And I can change the color of this Elliot wave structure because it's a fractal wave within the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3. And by first getting to see whether the second wave right here has done the minimum that we expect a second wave to do by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618 in the formation of that wave 2. And you can see we retraced back into that target area, and after seeing a retracement back into that target area and also fully maximizing it, we are seeing a very nice reaction to the upside in what could be the start of this wave 3 to the upside. And sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, I can connect the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.07321 mark. And that is the minimum that I would expect that wave 3 to the upside to do before we see a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. So that is my next target area here on the Gala Games chart. Once we manage to break above the wave 1 high at around the $0.0504 mark, in case we continue seeing higher prices, then the target area at around the $0.07321 mark is my next target area here on the Gala Games chart, and that is what I'm expecting on the short-term scenarios. And if I also take a look at the indicators before I jump to the daily chart to give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, here on the RSI we are trading at around the 54 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3. Also taking a look at the MACD, we have been able to print a bearish cross, but we are seeing a decrease in the selling momentum, and soon I'm expecting a bullish cross to be printed here on the MACD. And jumping to the daily chart to give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out. Here on the daily chart, you can see that I have this Elliot wave structure in red, where you can see that Gala Games, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $0.85 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the all-time high, we started the bear market, where we had been seeing low prices in this ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $0.015 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 2. And after seeing the low for that second wave, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 3. And here on the daily chart, you can also see that I have a target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $1.36017 mark. And that is what I'm expecting on the long-term scenarios and also on the short-term scenarios. And that's the update for Gala Games.